Hey guys, Steven here, Fanatic Perspective. I'm pissed off. We just saw the Big 12 awards, the end of season recognition just come out. This is my immediate reaction to everything as TCU obviously deserves a lot of accolades. Honey Dykes Coach of the Year and several of their guys, whether it's first, second team, or honorable mention honors getting their shine undoubtedly for a 12-0 team, no doubt. Um, my challenge and issue, and y'all forgive me. This conference stinks. The politics in this conference, the the lack of consistency. As we go through this here, let's just be real, right? So Max Duggan wins Offensive Player of the Year. We know, hey, we got to give this award to the quarterback for the 12-0 team. Not that he's actually deserving of the award, not that he's actually the Offensive Player of the Year. That would be Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson actually would be the best player in the Big 12. I don't even really know if that's particularly close. And statistically speaking, I know it's hard to compare the quarterback position and what that does versus the running back position, but we know Bijan Robinson is the best player in the country, and he's getting ready to win. Unless they screw him over there, he's getting ready to win the Doak Walker Award for the top running back in the country. Max Duggan is not even grading higher than Dylan Gabriel at quarterback. Now, Max Duggan again had a great year. He would be my first team Big 12 quarterback. And desert again. Do you want to go there and for Max Duggan Offensive Player of the Year again? Quarterback 12-0 team. Blah blah blah. Even though when he came to DKR, we exposed him and tore his ass apart, but that's neither here nor there. Bijan didn't perform particularly great in that game. And I think it did cost Bijan that we didn't advance to the Big 12 championship game, or else he would have gotten this recognition. Now, where I'm really pissed off is here. So Bijan Robinson was actually the preseason offensive player of the year. Felix Anaduke Uzama was the also the preseason defensive player of the year. So he actually held serve at his position despite having not performing as well as he did last season, in my opinion. I thought Felix was unbelievable last year. Now, Felix did lead this conference in sacks, but he not only wins the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year award, he wins Big 12 Defensive Lineman of the Year award. And it's funny to me how, A, I don't even think he should have. I would have still had Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech over him, even at defensive lineman of the year, especially from what we saw. But Jaylan Ford got screwed. The Big 12 screwed Jaylan Ford. I don't understand how you can have over 100 tackles, 6 turnovers, the tackles for loss. Jaylan Ford, listen to this. Jaylan Ford won Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week 3 times this year. Felix has none. There was never a week this season where he was, quote unquote, the best defensive player in the Big 12 this year. Not one. Jaylan Ford has 3. Freaking Janae Barron won Defensive Player of the Week and didn't even make first or second team Big 12 defense. And he has more than Felix. What are we doing here? And if we want to talk about, if y'all want, look, again, comparing stats against positions, I understand a middle linebacker is going to have more tackles, going to have more stat volume and output than a defensive end. I understand that, okay? But if we're talking about impact and what people had on the game, why didn't he win at least 1 week? Why didn't he go at least 1 week winning this award? The other thing you have to consider too is the performance of the defense. Because if we're giving Max Duggan this whole like best player on the best team award over the best actual player, then we got to keep that same energy with the defenses, right? So if we look at the defenses, Kansas State finishes 45th in points allowed. I think 71st in yards allowed. So they're 45th points per game, 70 whatever it is yards allowed. Jaylan Ford's team is at least in the top 30s defensively in terms of points and yardage. So he's actually playing on a higher performing defense. I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't. I really don't. I'm fine with Cooper Beebe winning offensive lineman of the year. I know Dylan Gabriel again had statistically right on par with Max Duggan. Johnny Hodges was a beast. Don't have a problem with again the TCU guys. I don't have a problem with them getting love. Richard Reese, offensive freshman of the year. We know we don't give that award to linemen, or else Kelvin Banks would have been considered there. But if you want to give it to Richard Reese and the production that he had, sure. Kendall Daniels, sure. I don't have a problem with these. Darius Davis, special teams player of the year. Again, let's just these are fair. Sonny Dykes, I think everybody, yes, unanimous, 100%. Um, but the slap in the face, and it's interesting. We have all these TCU offensive linemen here, and they gave up 1,000,000 sacks to Texas in that game. But again, we didn't win. That's salty Steve speaking there. But I think overall, and again, shout out to my guys, DeMarvion, Jaylan Ford. We have the highest graded defensive linemen in this conference, yet none of them made first team defense. I find that interesting as well. We did have some guys on second team defense. But offensively, I mean, Jatavian Sanders, getting it done, young guy already, first team, but Big 12 tight end. They couldn't take that one from him, even if they tried. Um, I'm just going to stop sharing this because the Big 12 doesn't need any more recognition on this channel. This conference is trash. The fact that, and I've held my tongue all season, but when you look at the holding calls, the politics behind the holding calls between Texas and OU, where the opponent has been called 3 times between both schools for a whole season, and you look at this outcome. Now, yes, I'm making an argument for my guys. I'm biased as a Texas fan, and and if I'm looking at this objectively, no, we should not have the offensive and defensive player of the year for the Big 12 when we go 8-4 and we don't even make it to the conference championship. But damn it, don't screw both my guys. Don't do Bijan and Jaylan Ford dirty, which is what happened here, and it's sad. Is really, really sad to me because first team all honors is not enough for the historical production that Jaylan Ford put up. But y'all let me know in the comments how you feel about this. I think this conference stinks. I think the politics and everything that's happened here. Yes, I'm salty Texas fan. Post this on whatever clip you want. This is just me emotionally reacting to this. And y'all help me with the logic of why do we even have Player of the Week awards? If none of that's even going to weigh in to the final outcome for who the player of the year is. And I would just think that at some point you would have, a performance that rose above your peers, but that's just me. Anyway, y'all sub up. Shout out to Last Stand Hats, holding it down as always with the sponsorship and, hit that Fanatic 10 link for 10% off at checkout. Christmas is on its way. LastStandHats.com/Fanatic. Change that promo code to Fanatic10, 10% off at checkout. Polos, hoodies, hats, the whole bit. I'm frustrated. Y'all share your frustration with me in the comments or gloat in the comments if you're a TCU fan or a K-State fan and say, haha, screw Texas, right? Let's I don't really care. I'm just pissed off. And those are my thoughts. Anyway, horns always up. Peace.